Welcome to all. Today we will start chapter 2 polynomials part 3. So today's topic is remainder theorem. Before starting this concept, let's quickly recall few terms. We all know the process of division. Let's take an example here. Divide 17 by 3. We all know how to divide two numbers. Now here you can see the division. Bigger number is always divided by the smaller number. Now here you can see bigger number is called our dividend and the number by which we are dividing the given number is called our divisor. We know the process of division. Divisor is 3. We have to tell the table of 3 so that we will get the number equals to 17 or less than 17. So 3 5s are 15 and 3 6s are 18. 18 is bigger than 17, so we cannot consider that. So 3 5s are 15. After subtraction, we are getting here 2. So the number 5 here is called our quotient and the number 2 is called our remainder. So in general, if we will see, the dividend 17 is equals to 3 into 5 plus 2, where 3 is our divisor, 5 is our quotient, 2 is the remainder. Now if we will see the right hand side, 3 into 5 is 15 and 15 plus 2 is 17. So both the sides are equal. So we can say that in the process of division, dividend is always equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. The process of division of two polynomials. Here px is divided by qx. So whenever we divide two polynomials, there are two possibilities. First, if degree of px is greater than or equals to degree of qx, then only we will get a polynomial. In second case, if degree of first polynomial px is less than degree of second polynomial qx, then we will not get a polynomial. It will be an algebraic expression. Now let's see the explanation. Let's take an example. Px is equals to x square minus 3x minus 10 and qx is equals to x plus 2. Now if you will see the first polynomial, here the highest power of the variable is 2. So its degree of px is 2. Now in second polynomial, the highest power of the variable is 1. That means degree of qx is 1. So here degree of px is greater than degree of qx. So when we will divide these two polynomials, px divided by qx, we are getting x square minus 3x minus 10 divided by x plus 2. And we have already done in 8th standard how to factorize an algebraic expression by splitting the middle term. So we are getting the factors as x plus 2 and x minus 5 and it is divided by x plus 2. So when we will cancel this, after cancellation we are getting x minus 5. Now x minus 5 is a polynomial or not? You can see here that the power of the variable is 1. Nothing is there, that means 1. So 1 is a whole number, that means it is a polynomial. So in our first case here, we have written that if the degree of px is greater than or equals to degree of qx, then we will get a polynomial. Now let's take second case. Now here I have taken px is equals to x plus 2 and qx is equals to x square minus 3x minus 10. Now if you will see here, the highest power of the variable is 1. In px, highest power of variable is 1. So the degree of px is 1. Now in the polynomial qx, the highest power of variable is 2. So degree is 2. So here it is written that degree of px is less than degree of qx. Now when we will divide these two polynomials, the same method we will use. In the qx, we will divide the middle term and we are getting the factors like this. And after cancellation, we are getting 1 upon x minus 5. Now 1 upon x minus 5 we can write as x minus 5 raised to power minus 1. Now if you will see that the power is minus 1. Minus 1, that means it is negative. Negative means it is not a whole number. That means it is not a polynomial. So here second case was if degree of px is less than degree of qx, then we will not get a polynomial. It is not a polynomial, it is an algebraic expression. Now let's do division of a polynomial by linear polynomial. as the heading is division of a polynomial by linear polynomial, that means the first polynomial can be of any degree, but the second polynomial should be a linear polynomial. Linear polynomial means it must be of degree 1. Let's take two polynomials px and qx. Here px is equals to 1 plus 7x plus 8x cube and qx is equals to x plus 1. So whenever we are dividing two polynomials, our first condition is arrange the polynomials in standard form. What is standard form of polynomial? It means arranging the terms in their descending order of degree. That means our px polynomial is 1 plus 7x plus 8x cube. We have to arrange this polynomial in the descending order of the degree. For example, px is equals to 8x cube plus 7x plus 1. Now here we have changed the order of the terms. Whenever we are dividing the polynomials, we have to arrange the terms in the descending order of their degree. So here highest degree is 3. So first term should be 8x cube. Then second highest degree is 1. So we will write 7x and then last constant polynomial. And qx is same x plus 1. Here also degree is 1 and here degree is 0. So now we have arranged the polynomials in their descending order of degrees. Now we will divide these two polynomials. So we have written px divided by qx is equals to 8x cube plus 7x plus 1 divided by x plus 1. And we know the number which we are dividing, that is our dividend, and the number by which we are doing the division is called our divisor. Now let's start the division. Whenever we will divide, we will write the dividend and divisor in this form. This is our dividend and this is our divisor. Now let's see the procedure of division of two polynomials. We divide the first term of the dividend with the first term of the divisor. Now here you can see that the first term of the dividend is 8x cube and the first term of the divisor is x. So we will divide these two terms. After division, we are getting 8x square. So this 8x square is the first term of the quotient. So here we have written the quotient first term 8x square. Now what we have to do, we will multiply x plus 1. This divisor we will multiply with the first term of the quotient 8x square. And after multiplication, x into 8x square, we are getting 8x cube and plus sign 1 into 8x square, we are getting 8x square. Now we know the process of division. After writing here, we will subtract these two terms. So here 8x cube is of plus, so here we have to write down minus sign. Here 8x square is of plus, here we have to put a minus sign. Now 8x cube and 8x cube we can cancel, so here we are getting 0, right? And then here plus 7x and it is 8x square. There is no other term of x square, so it will be minus 8x square plus 7x plus 1. So till here we got the first term of the quotient. Now let's find out the second term of the quotient. Now you can see that the remainder is minus 8x square plus 7x plus 1. Now we will treat this remainder as the new dividend. This is our new dividend and the divisor will remain the same, x plus 1. Now to find out the next term of the quotient, we will repeat the same process. We will take the first term of the new dividend, that is minus 8x square, and we will divide it by the first term of the divisor, that is again x only, and after division we are getting minus 8x. That means the second term of the quotient is minus 8x. So here we have written minus 8x. Now we will multiply x plus 1 with minus 8x. So after multiplication we will get x into minus 8x, that is equals to minus 8x square, and 1 into minus 8x, so minus 8x. Now we will do the subtraction. Now here 8x square is of minus, so for subtraction we have to make it plus. And now this minus 8x square and plus 8x square we can cancel. Now next term is minus 8x, so it will become plus. Now 7 plus 8 is 15, so remainder will be 15x plus 1. Now again we will treat this remainder as the new dividend and the divisor will remain the same. Now we will continue this division till the remainder is 0 or the degree of the remainder is less than divisor. Now you can see here divisor is x plus 1 and highest power of the variable is 1. That means degree of the divisor is 1. So we will continue this division process till we will get the remainder as a constant polynomial with no variable. Now we have to find out the third term of the quotient. As the same process we will continue, we will take the first term of the new dividend, that is 15x, and we will divide it by the first term of the divisor, that is x. So after division we are getting 15. That means the third term of the quotient is 15. So here we have written third term as 15. Now we will multiply x plus 1 by 15. X into 15 is 15x. And 1 into 15 is 15. So 15x plus 15. Now we have to subtract these two. Now 15x is of plus. So for subtraction we have to write down here minus. And 15 is of plus here. For subtraction again we have to write down minus. Now plus 15x and minus 15x we can cancel. We will get 0. And here plus 1 minus 15 we will get minus 14. Now, as you can see here, remainder is minus 14 without any variable. That means the degree of this polynomial is 0. It is a constant polynomial. So here you can see that the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor. That means now further we cannot do the division. So, degree of the remainder is 0. And the degree of the divisor is 1. So further we cannot subtract. So this is our method how to divide polynomial by a linear polynomial. Now let's see the whole division process again. This is our division process which we have already done. Here you can see that dividend is equals to 8x cube plus 7x plus 1. Our divisor is x plus 1. Quotient is 8x square minus 8x plus 15 and the remainder is minus 14. Now as we all know, dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So if we will put the value of dividend, divisor, quotient and remainder in this, so dividend is 8x cube plus 7x plus 1 is equals to divisor x plus 1 multiplied by the quotient, that is 8x square minus 8x plus 15 plus remainder, that is minus 14. Now here you can solve this. Our right hand side is x plus 1, 8x square minus 8x plus 15 plus minus 14. After solution, after solving this, we are getting 8x cube plus 7x plus 1. And then you can see this is equals to our left hand side. So if px and gx are two polynomials such that the degree of px, now we took at the starting two polynomials, that is 8x cube plus 7x plus 1 and x plus 1. So we are considering these polynomials as px and gx such that the degree of px is greater than or equals to the second polynomial gx. Then there exist polynomials qx and rx such that px is equals to gx into qx plus rx, where qx is the quotient. We are considering this as a qx and rx is the remainder. Now this is our rx. If rx equals to 0, then px is equals to qx gx into qx. In the previous example, we have done division of a polynomial by linear polynomial and the remainder was minus 14. But that method was very lengthy. So let's find out the alternate method to find the remainder. We have px is equals to 8x cube plus 7x plus 1 and qx is equals to x plus 1. Our divisor is a linear polynomial. We will find out the 0 of the divisor x plus 1. Now 0 of x plus 1 is minus 1. How to find out the 0 of a polynomial? That we know, we have done in exercise 2.1. Now we will put x is equals to minus 1 in px. So it will be p minus 1 is equals to 8 into minus 1 whole cube plus 7 into minus 1 plus 1. After solving this, we are getting minus 14, and which is equals to remainder. If you will compare this with the remainder which we did in the division process, both are equals to same. That means without doing the actual division of these two polynomials px and qx, we can find out the remainder by just putting the 0 of the divisor in px. And this is nothing but our remainder theorem. Now let's discuss remainder theorem. Remainder theorem says, let px be any polynomial of degree greater than or equals to 1, and let a be any real number. If px is divided by the linear polynomial x minus a, then the remainder is pa. And this is nothing but what we have discussed in our previous question. We have a polynomial px and its degree is greater than or equals to 1. And when we are dividing it by the linear polynomial x minus a, then remainder is pa. Now let's do the proof of this remainder theorem. Let px be any polynomial of degree greater than or equals to 1. When px is divided by x minus a, we are getting px is equals to x minus a qx plus rx, where qx is your quotient and rx is remainder. Now here we know whenever we are dividing any polynomial by the another polynomial, this is the polynomial which we are dividing is our dividend. We know dividend is equals to divisor. This is our divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now here we can see that the degree of divisor is 1. Here degree of remainder Rx is less than degree of divisor x minus a. It implies degree of remainder should be equals to 0. Why? Because the degree of divisor is 1, and when we know that the degree of remainder should always be less than degree of divisor, therefore degree of remainder will be equals to 0. So it implies Rx, the remainder it should be a constant. It's R. So we can put the value here. Px is equals to x minus a qx plus R. Now if x is equals to a, now what we will do, we will find the 0 of the x minus a. What is the 0 of x minus a? That is a only. We will put x is equals to a in px. So pa is equals to a minus a qa plus r. And when we will solve this, we will get pa is equals to r. That means remainder is nothing but pa only. Now let's discuss another question. Divide px is equals to 4x cubed plus 11x squared minus 3x minus 7 by x plus 2 and find the remainder. Now we will find the remainder by two methods. First by division method and second by using remainder theorem. So let's take first division method. We have to divide polynomial px by x plus 2. Now this is the division process. You can see this x plus 2. First we will find out the quotients, terms of the quotients one by one, and we will solve it, and after solving we will see that the remainder is equals to 11. This question you can solve it yourself, and afterwards you will find that the remainder is 11. Now the same question we will solve by the remainder theorem. So here px is equals to 4x cubed plus 11x square minus 3x minus 7. And this we have to divide by x plus 2. So first step is find the 0 of x plus 2, and it is equals to minus 2. So what we will do, we will put x is equals to minus 2 in the px. We have discussed the remainder theorem. Now p minus 2 is equals to 4 into minus 2 cube plus 11 into minus 2 square minus 3 into minus 2 minus 7. And after solving this, we will get 11. That means remainder is 11 according to the remainder theorem. So the remainder in both the cases is 11. So there are two ways to find the remainder when a polynomial is divided by a linear polynomial. First by division method and second by remainder theorem.